Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. So it's been about probably a little over an hour and a half since I ended the last episode. I'm recording another one because I probably won't be around for 3 or 4 days. Or I won't be able to play or record, but I should have time to upload one. But this thing is full of saplings. Well, it just planted a few. And I've gotten some overflow. And I filled this barrel up and switched over to the deep storage unit. I threw a couple of watermelons along one edge of this thing, just, as a supplement. The one thing that I totally forgot about is that if it's nighttime, the saplings will actually pop off the ground if it doesn't have a certain light level. So I strategically placed some glowstone in here. So rather than give up a group of 12 saplings, I'm only missing about 9 or so. So the whole thing is unhooked right now, just because if you have one stack of saplings down here and it can't do anything with the biofuel, it'll take, I think, a stack up here and then it won't put any more in there. I had to do these manually. So apparently this guy doesn't care if this is orange or not. It's just working. But it should get the melon. I don't know what the rhymer. Oh, of course that's gonna happen. That's what I get for starting a video at night. I don't know what the rhyme or reason is, or the priority as far as melons or tree trunks or whatever. So I will fix this hole later. What we need to do is we need to make a tank to put the excess biofuel in. So I figure what we can do is we'll just make a 3x3 underneath these guys. Or maybe 5x5. I'm going to turn that down. I don't know how loud it is, but it's pretty loud in my earphones. And I'm just going to put this thing straight on the valve and see what it does. See, so that's 4x4. And I figure we'll make it, I figure if we do 5x5x5, how about that? So let me hollow this out. I don't know if I'm going to speed it up or fade over. Either way, I'll be right back. Alright, that actually didn't take very long. It's not a very big area. I'm probably going to have saplings get sprayed all over the place because they may not have, they have a little bit of room in here, but they don't have a storage thing to go into. So we obviously don't have Zycraft, so I have to use a Railcraft tank, which is fine. I actually like Railcraft tanks a lot. So let me move some of this stuff in here. And if you see, I just picked up a sapling because they have nowhere to go. I don't know where those other two went, but I can manually put it in there. So the Railcraft tanks, you have to make them in odd sizes. By odd, I mean 3x3, 5x5, 7x7, or 9x9. And I believe you can make them. The minimum height has to be 4 and the maximum height is 8. They did change at some point. Initially, the bottom, the top, and the side, or the corners, all had to be made with the iron tank wall. And then you fill in your gauge or your valves wherever you want them. But I've actually used this for the top sections, and I've made a whole tank out of these, and I'm not really sure what the rules are now what you need to be aware of specifically is that when you make this, if you make your bottom layer, and I'm going to have to make a few more of these, it's really easy. Okay, this is the bottom layer of our tank. The block in the center, it holds all the data for the amount of liquid in the tank. So right now this is 5 by 5. So let's say we make this tank and we want to make it bigger. I cannot move this layer down, but I can expand sideways and expand upward. So keep that in mind when you build this thing. You don't want to break this block or you'll lose whatever liquid you had in there. So I'm just going to put the valve directly under that guy. Is that right? Yeah. And let's put another valve, how about right here. Now, your input valve can be on any level of the tank. It cannot be in the column on the side, but it can be, let me go ahead and make that and then I'll show you what I mean. Your corners have to be those pieces. So basically you build your frame out of the iron tank walls. And I'm going to need a few more. So there's our frame basically in the bottom. So in here, I mean, you could make this whole thing valves or you could make it the gauge, whichever you want. Just be aware that you can only pump liquids out of the bottom 2 layers of the tank. So this will pump out. If I put one in the floor here, I could pump out of it. But I cannot pump out of anything above this second layer. So any of the top 3 layers I cannot pump out of, but I can pump into. So that is important information because it's not like a Zycraft tank where it matters with the liquid level. That really has nothing to do with it. But it's just the way Railcraft works. You can only pump out of the bottom 2 rows of the tank. Alright, so there is the tank. Also, you cannot form the tank if there's anything inside it. If you drop a torch or something in there, you have to get it out before you make the tank. So I want to make all of that glass, and there's our tank. If we right click it, there it is. I wanted to see if that guy would automatically input into the tank, and he is. We've already got 4 buckets of biofuel. And I guess as soon as the buffer empties, it'll make more. And I'm not really sure if it gives to this guy before it gives to the tank. Normally I would put a waterproof pipe in between them so it got equally distributed, or maybe a liquid duct, but it seems to be working okay. This guy is staying full and this excess is going into this tank. So that's what I wanted. If I also wanted to, I could turn these into seeds and give them to this guy. Actually, let's do that. We'll leave 1 in there so that doesn't fill up with saplings. But if we throw some seeds in here, see, the efficiency is now higher because I guess it takes a mixture of the 2. But man, that takes a long time to drain. I think we're going to end up with a fair amount of biofuel out of this. And this is a smaller tank. It holds 2,000 buckets. Like I said, you can make them up to 9 by 9 and 8 blocks tall, and that just holds a ridiculous amount of liquid. Alright, and look, I got a creeper trap. needs to go away. He's not blowing up my tree farm. Unacceptable. Alright, so our melons are still here, and I noticed that this thing, for some reason, I didn't till these. I don't know why they're tilled now. I've never seen that happen. So maybe the melons aren't going to work. Maybe the planter does it automatically. I'm not really sure. So the melon part is excuse me. The melon part maybe not viable. I just threw them here because it's in the chunk and I wanted to give it a try. But it was worth a shot, you know, whatever. And I still have saplings popping out because there's nowhere for them to go. So why don't we bring some of these home, because we can put them in our other biogenerator. Actually, let's bring all of them home. We could put them in our other biogenerator to make power to use at home. So now I need, this is a need, I need to make some AE stuff. At the very least, a chest and some discs, but I would like to make a whole disk drive. I don't know if I can do that right now. Since they changed the recipes, you need nether quartz now. And I don't even know what the recipes are. I haven't even looked. So let me throw some of this stuff back in the golden bag. The magic golden bag. I don't think I'm going to need that anymore. Probably not going to need that cobblestone either. Okay, so let's see what a disc takes. And I'm not really sure if I should make 4Ks or 10Ks. See, that looks to be similar to the previous recipe. It is. So how do we get silicon now? We can either cook nether quartz dust or Certus quartz, which is just what the old quartz was called. So I think if I put some of this in a macerator, I might get dust. Yes. But I only get 1 for 1. Alright, so I'll let those go. And I'm thinking it probably might be wiser, since I have more types of items than I do like a bulk of them. It might be smarter to just make, like, I don't know, 4 1K discs for now. So I basically just need to make a bunch of processors and storage cells. And then let's see what the chest takes now. ME chest. Basically the same, except the conversion matrix now takes fluix dust, which is nether quartz dust, regular quartz dust, and glowstone. You do get 2 for 3. So that's not that bad. But we're going to have to go mine the nether now. I mean, the nether fairy brought me a bunch of stuff. Voidable is the nether fairy. So let's see what an ME drive is. That's not the right one, is it? What is that? A button panel. Cool. ME drive is actually probably easier to make than the chest, but we need a controller to work the drive. And then we need an interface, not an interface. Whoa, fluix crystals. Okay. Then we would need a terminal to get in there. So I'm going to have to craft a conversion matrix either way. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to make a bunch of these processors, probably about, what do you think? Probably about 10 of them to start because I have a feeling we're going to use a lot of them. Let me find all my quartz and dust and stuff. Sam owes me a stack. I loaned him a stack the other day. I don't think I'm going to have to cash in, cash in the debt yet, but we'll see. Let me make sure I got everything out of every chest. See, there's some more. I'll just leave that. Alright, so we need to make that knife first. And that is the same recipe, it looks like, except now you can use nether quartz instead. Alright, so I'm just going to put that guy there. We're going to need redstone and gold, right? Oh, and silicon. What do I need to do, silicon? I have to smelt either the quartz or the Certus quartz dust. Man, this is going to be expensive this time. Why'd they have to go and add quartz in the nether? Alright, and let me grab one more of these. And then I'm going to cook up just enough of this to make it, because I don't want to be wasteful with it. Since this is, this is it. And I've been using the fortune pick on these things to get more. Look at that, Sam got shot. I think he went to the nether to find, or the Twilight Forest to find slime balls. Alright, so I'm going to make a processor, or I'm going to cook up 10 processors after I make them. And then I'll be back, and then we will craft some disk drives and an ME chest, and then we'll just swap them out. So yeah, I think I can pull that off. So I will be right back once I have a bunch of those gold processors. Alright, I've got some processors, I've got some dust. I don't really need a whole stack of it, so we'll wait on that. So what do we need to make first? We need to make the chest, which is this stupid thing. So we're going to need to make some of the dust, which is quartz, and redstone. And I'm probably just going to make a bunch of it. $52, that'll do. Processor, okay. Let me see, it was dust. The processor, did these guys go here? These are always a pain. That's why I really like the AE auto crafting, because I never had to make any of these. It was one of the best things about it. Alright, so I need 2 glass, a chest, and some more iron. I have 1,000,000 chests, not quite, but close enough. So we'll do that, and boom. And where can we put this guy? Let's just put him in front of... We'll just put it next to the energy cell there. There's nothing in it, so it's not going to get power. And now we need to make the 1K discs. And then I can put everything on them. We can get the hell out of here. Alright, so I'm going to need 4 storage cells at the very least. I think it was like that, and then what was it, redstone? Yep. Alright. So we got the storage cells, and then everything else is actually pretty easy. Yep, redstone, of course. And what was it? Iron on the bottom? Yep. And I don't think these stack, but that's alright. Okay, so now if we put one of these in here, boom, look at all this inventory. And it'll probably fill up more quickly than I thought, but I think it'll be an easier way to move everything than piping it over there. So that is probably about my time limit. I think I have a couple of minutes. I want to show you a recipe. We put all our bauxite together, and Sam hooked it up so that we could have titanium for a quarry, and I don't remember what I did with it, but I have it. So I want you to look at this recipe. It's all of this, fairly standard. This too, you make your titanium plates. And I thought we needed more titanium than this, but I think we each got 4 titanium. But the kicker is these are now industrial diamonds. So you have to fabricate diamonds, which I've been doing for a really long time. At one point in Tekkit, they were interchangeable, industrial diamonds and diamonds. So what you need to do is, and I'll just show you this real quick in case you don't know, you have to macerate coal dust. Basically, 1 stack of coal will equal a diamond. So you got to take some flint and put your coal dust around it, and you get a coal ball. You throw it in the compressor, whichever one that is. It's going to turn into a compressed coal ball. And then you put 8 of those around obsidian. Then you get a coal chunk. When you compress that, then you get an industrial diamond. So keep that in mind if you're playing with GregTech in 1.5.2. You're going to have to make a few diamonds. See, we got a compressed coal ball, 8 of these around obsidian, makes a coal chunk. You compress that into an industrial diamond. I'm not sure how much time I have, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and make the quarry. If I can find my titanium, that is. I really should know where that is. That stuff is precious. It's probably over here with where all my GregTech stuff started out. Here we go. So I think if we only need 2 plates to start, I'm only gonna do 2 plates. Aren't they pretty? A pretty pastel purple. So we're gonna have to make all that stuff, obviously. So let's make our drill. I had some steel plates. Where are they? Here they are. So we just need a circuit and a battery. Those are pretty easy. I actually have a circuit. We're going to need to make another one for an advanced circuit. Do I have any copper? I don't have any copper wire. But I have a bunch of I guess I do have copper wire. It's just not insulated. Is there still redstone in there? Not enough. And we're going to need glowstone, dust, tin for the battery. Never gives me quite enough. Alright, so battery, circuit, mining drill, okay. Now, this is going to take a minute. And I'm just going to wait until they're all done since I only have a one compressor. So we've got our drill. We can't make it a diamond drill yet, but we can make... See, we're going to need 2 advanced circuits. We can go ahead and make those. If I recall, it's redstone on the corners. I made so many of these during the live stream. It was pretty ridiculous. Alright, so 2 advanced circuits. We're done with the glowstone. Now we need to make all those stupid gears. I think, what are we going to need? 7 of them? 3, 6, 7, yep. Okay. Alright, and see, 3 of them are iron. We're basically probably going to use a stack of iron for this. I'll just get a stack of gold, and I think we're only going to need 8 diamonds. Close enough. Alright, so the pain about the gears is, so you're going to need 3 iron. You have to go iron, gold, diamond. What did I do? Oh, I didn't put them in the thing. Did I make too many of those? Yes, I did. Damn it. That's alright. I'll use them for something else. And we have to make our drill before we can finish. So let these finish. I'll make the industrial diamonds, and then we'll put everything together. So we'll be right back. Okay guys, the diamonds are just about done, and I've got these 2 extra gold gears. Unfortunately, they only go in a filler or a quarry, so you really can't do anything with them unless you uncraft them. You can get your gold back in your iron gear and then uncraft that. But I am just going to put them on the wall because, you know what the hell. It was a mess up, it happens, so we'll just use them as a wall hanging decoration type thing. We've got our 3 industrial diamonds now, and we should be able to make this thing. So we got our titanium here, advanced circuit, and 3 industrial diamonds. Boom! And then if I recall, take our 3 like this, and 2 gold and 2 diamond. Pow! So now, what we can do is, we can make some tesseracts, and power this. For now, probably, I'll make another one of these bio guys. Put it down by that tank with a tesseract, since that's chunk loaded, and then send the power to the quarry, and then send all the items back. Probably just put them on one of these because or maybe chests, I don't know. Anyhow, I'm running a little long, so I want to wrap this up. If you guys have any questions or comments, anything of the sort, please leave them down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.